Our next reader, Jodi Sh Doff, is afraid of three things: water bugs, zombies, and intimacy. She is not, however, afraid of dogs, heights, guns, or you. Jodi Sh Doff.
Okay. Oh, you can't see anything. All right. Hi. When I moved into the East Village in 1979, everyone I knew had their own place. We all lived alone, and none of us had any visible means of support. I found and fell in love with a dark and dreary $175 a month rent-stabilized apartment. There were holes in the walls, and the radiator was sinking into the basement. It was a low-rent fixer-upper, much like the men in my life at that time. My level of what was acceptable needed some work in a lot of areas. Fast forward to 1997, the apartment is now $380. The radiator is still intent on getting into the basement, but I still hadn't found it necessary to secure any real visible means. I had a monthly disability check and a few nights as a coat check chick. Now, the square footage of any physical space, is finite, and year after year of clutter amasses, and then it amasses, and then it amasses some more. Inbreeding, even more clutter. So little clutter babies are all piling up everywhere, and I can't breathe. I was drowning in almost 2 decades of ill-fated romances, breakups, hangovers, fly-by-night roommates, random strangers, old books, old clothes, old habits, furniture scavenged from the street, drugs, it was the East Village in the 80s, motorcycle jackets, and bad decisions, as well as the first few rocky years of my sobriety, which honestly were not yet noticeably different from the last few years of my drinking, but that's another story. There was no room left for me in my apartment. So to no one in particular, and to anyone who would listen, I said I needed to make some breathing room as soon as possible. The following week, the apartment was burglarized, and I was served with an eviction notice that I would fight and lose. I had to move out. And at the end of the 90s, even a shitty studio was $1,000 a month. And suddenly, I needed to acquire visible means. I had to get a job. I'd have to move to an outer borough. I'd said a thing aloud, and the universe was listening. And I believe my exact words were, I gotta get rid of all of this shit. And moving from a 1-bedroom with a walk-in closet underneath this queen-size loft bed to a studio with a shelf over the bathroom door, I had to sell or give away decades of this shit. And you know, that is not what I meant. But the universe doesn't fuck around. It goes straight for the quickest, no-frills solution. So when you tell the universe a thing, when you say the thing aloud and tell it what you need, be specific. Another decade later, 2012, having gone from the near vagrancy of no visible means to the border of workaholic burnout, I figured out what I needed to be comfortable without working 60 or 70 hours a week. And I remembered the power of asking for what you need. So I told no one in particular, and anyone who would listen, I wanted part-time work, full medical coverage, and X amount of dollars a year. And like that, I was recommended for a part-time job that offered full medical coverage and paid X amount of dollars a year. See that, right? That's the power of the universe, of putting a voice to what you need, right? No. I'd remembered the power, but the fallibility of memory, I'd forgotten about specificity. I'd forgotten to ask for a pleasant place to work. So I cried for the next 5 years. When you petition the universe with prayers or whispers, there are no backseas, there's no rewrites or revisions. So when I stomped my foot and screamed into the ether, that's not what I meant and you fucking well know it. It didn't matter what I'd meant, only what I'd said. And the universe just shook a cloud-shaped head and drifted on.